The rise and fall of Skullcandy headphones. Skullcandy. You've either heard of them before and have a strong opinion about their products, or you have no idea what I'm talking about. You might infer that Skullcandy is some sort of sugar-filled confectionery treat by a guess of its name, but Skullcandy is actually a company that sells headphones and audio gear. The company ballooned from just an idea into a stunning success by turning the brand into a lifestyle. Adorning their headphones in bright, bold colors and designs, having endorsements by DJs, artists, and athletes, and by building a cool brand that stands for the young generation. In this video, I'll deep dive into the rapid rise of Skullcandy and give you the company insight, how the company rose to greatness, declined, and now even faces a questionable future ahead. But before we begin, if you guys enjoy videos like this, please take 2 seconds, click the like button, subscribe button, and notification bell to know when new videos come out. With that in mind, thanks so much for doing that, and let's start the video. Skullcandy Company history. To begin, Skullcandy was established in 2003 in Park City, Utah. Interestingly, Skullcandy was the brainchild of Rick Alden, an avid snowboarding enthusiast who was reportedly taking a phone call with one ear while listening to music with the other ear and wanted to do both at the same time. The result was their first product called the Link System. It is interesting how Skullcandy was born out of necessity, right? As Plato once said, necessity is the mother of all inventions. Who would have known this would be the start of a company that would eventually be worth over $500 million? Rick sold his first Skullcandy products to an action sports retail shop in Utah, and within no time he pioneered this unique distribution channel by targeting specialty retailers. The company was able to reach influencers that helped establish credibility for the brand. It is because of that the company was even named the world's coolest Earbuds by Fortune magazine in 2008. The Skullcandy secrets to success. So what led to Skullcandy's huge success? Today I'll go over 5 key items which I believe led to them dominating the market for nearly a decade. Secret to success number 1. Starting small with a niche. The most difficult part of doing business is not about having an idea or producing a product. It's all about marketing and sales. One thing I know for sure is that businesses always grapple with the difficulty of finding customers and developing a strong market niche. Fortunately, this is the area where Skullcandy really excelled. Skullcandy was able to stay ahead of the game by maintaining a tight focus on a niche market. Some people believe that a niche market is a small market. However, this belief is not necessarily true all the time. Rather, it is all about having deep insights into a group of customers. In this case, Skullcandy started out by focusing on the niche of snowboarders. When he started, Rick organized snowboarding events and competitions. He went as far as designing and marketing fastenings for snowboards to sell headphones. Skullcandy built on its strengths and network of customers that were well-defined and ones they understood. As a result, the snowboarders became an established, strong base of evangelists for the brand, which became a foundation for the company's success. To see how quickly the company grew, just look at its yearly revenue graph from the year it was founded in 2003 to its peak in 2012. Revenue grew from $1 million all the way to $298 million. Wow! And that's just by selling headphones. Secret to success number 2. Building a brand. When consumers think Skullcandy, they're not thinking of headphones. They're thinking of what the brand represents. With Skullcandy, Rick created an authentic lifestyle brand. If you have used Skullcandy products before, you realize that this company fuses music, fashion, and action sports that reflect the youth culture. Skullcandy built a powerful brand that established its market penetration to become so big. Consumers felt the high authenticity of the brand. People who love action sports realized that Skullcandy was one of the prominent sponsors of athletes, musicians, and DJs. Rather than going mainstream, Skullcandy was highly involved in indie and hip-hop music genres. With that, Skullcandy came out of nowhere and completely dominated the market. By 2011, they held the number 1 and number 2 positions in the market for overall unit volumes of headphones sold in the United States. Secret to success number 3, innovation. The third secret? Skullcandy's proven track record of innovative product designs also contributed to its success. As known to many, the company was founded on innovation. It leveraged different technologies and processes to design and develop products that met the target market needs. Skullcandy fused bold color schemes, unique materials, and highly creative packaging with modern technologies and innovative functionalities to develop iconic products that differentiated it from its competitors. One thing that impressed me about Skullcandy was its ability to design a product and bring it to market so quickly. This rapid innovation led to the development from just one model of headphones in 2003 to over 20 models of different headphones with 1,200 different colors and designs by 2010. With this innovation, they caught the wave of the Apple iPod. The standard classic white and round design headphones that came with all iPhones and iPods back in the day were terrible. The fit was bad, sound quality poor, and they all looked exactly the same. Skullcandy clearly took advantage of being the pioneer developer of unique audio products in the headphones category while enjoying very low levels of competition in the market. Secret to success number 4, high margins. The fourth secret to success? Skullcandy captured a market where the products provided extremely high profit margins. If you search online on Alibaba or factory lists in China, you'll see that the cost of manufacturing headphones can be from as low as 10 cents to $10 to $15 for more premium headphones. Of course, this does not take into account R&D and prototyping costs that Skullcandy would have to spend. However, what I'm trying to establish is that this is a business where gross margins were definitely above 50%. And I believe gross margins could even be higher than 80% if the company had wanted to maximize their profits even further. These high margins were part of the secret recipe that provided Skullcandy with ample cash cushion to expand, spend on marketing, and fully capture the market. Secret to success number 5, proper funding. Finally, the last secret to success, and often a missed factor, is funding. Skullcandy knew competitors would eventually be coming in the hordes, and they needed a war chest. The management team was able to successfully raise $188 million in cash from investors in 2011 through an IPO on the NASDAQ stock exchange. Without this funding, I'm confident to say that Skullcandy would not have been able to survive the onslaught of competitors rushing to steal their margins. Financing and having a strong funding plan are both critical to the success of startups and new companies. That's why it's important to have a strong CFO. How Skullcandy almost collapsed. Loss of first mover advantage. It is important to note that a first mover advantage does not last forever. This was the case for Skullcandy, which began recording a decline in revenue from 2010 onwards as competitors began to infiltrate the market with new and similar products. Net income margins from 2009 onwards were falling dramatically even as revenue was increasing. This is because other market players were investing huge resources to compete for the market share previously controlled by Skullcandy, and with that, the company had to spend more and more on marketing and advertising. As a result, net income margins fell from 12% before 2010 to 1% on average from 2010 to 2016, trending down. With public investors selling their shares in droves, Skullcandy's share price fell from $20 at time of IPO in 2011 to just $4 in 2016, a loss of 80% for investors. Eventually, the company was taken over by a private equity investment firm for around $6 per share. After this deal in 2016, no more financial information was released to the public, so we can't tell for certain how the company is progressing now, but most likely the downtrend continued to follow suit. Indeed, times have changed for the once high-flying electronics company. Counterfeits. To add to this issue, counterfeit products also emerged as a big-time problem. This problem is not exclusive to Skullcandy, as companies all over the world have problems protecting their IP. So, although Skullcandy launched a robust anti-counterfeiting initiative to protect its intellectual property rights, there was little to do because at that time, IP protective measures were not as strong on the internet as they are now. Fierce competition. If you study the current market trends, you realize that there has been a high proliferation of audio brands because more and more manufacturers were entering the space. Beats by Dre entered the market in 2008 and quickly started taking market share from the premium segment where the margins are higher. Meanwhile, numerous other brands entered the mid and lower end market. Even companies with no history or capability in developing audio products, like iPhone accessory companies, went into the headphones market as basic headphones and earphones became highly undifferentiated. Other companies started to imitate Skullcandy's color headphones, and to make matters worse, Apple improved their earbuds with a new design in 2012, and followed by the introduction of Apple wireless AirPods in 2013 and AirPods Pro in 2019. The quality of competitor products kept on improving, and the difference in sound quality with Skullcandy headphones continued to decrease. As a result, Skullcandy was forced to lower prices to compete with other players, and the high levels of revenue growth in previous years then turned into losses. The future of Skullcandy. And that brings us to today. While Skullcandy's story has a fairy tale beginning of how a new company built a brand and loyal following and captured its core market, Skullcandy now faces an existential threat. The quality of competitors' headphones continue to improve each year and prices keep falling. More and more competitors are coming into the market across all segments, from the premium market, with the new Apple AirPods Max in December 2020, to the cheaper, more economical headphones. If you were in the management team at Skullcandy, what would you do now? I'd love to hear your thoughts. Do you think it makes sense maybe for the brand to be licensed out, similar to what I talked about in one of my previous videos covering Playboy? Be sure to check out that video if you haven't already. So with that said, thank you so much for watching my video. There was a significant amount of work and research that went into making this video possible, so if you wouldn't mind giving this video a like or sharing it with your friends, it would really help out a lot. I appreciate it a ton, and thank you again for your support.